I, Raviranjan Tiwari, today I am going to teach you Beehive for class 9th, Unit 2, Part 2, The Sahnai of Bismillah Khan. I have taught you in previous classes, I have taught you about this chapter. I have taught you how musical instrument Sahnai came on the stage and how Bismillah Khan became a famous Sahnai player. I have also taught you about the early life of Bismillah Khan and how Bismillah Khan got a big break in 1938 when All India Radio opening in Lucknow. Bismillah Khan became a famous Sahnai player in the world. He got so many awards in the field of Sahnai and he made it different to the other instrument. When we heard the sound of Sahnai, one thing, imagine that about the auspicious moment or temple and the wedding ceremony. Today I will continue 7th stanza. I read these lines. Please listen carefully. When India gained independence on 15th August 1947, Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to greet the nation with his Sahnai. When India became free on 15th August 1947, Bismillah Khan was the first man who greeted the nation with his famous musical instrument Sahnai. He poured his heart out into Rag Kafi from the Red Fort to an audience which included Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who later gave his famous Terrorist with Destiny speech. And he powered his heart out into Rag Kafi. First, you know about the Rag. Rag is an art of singing. In the field of music, there are so many rags, and the musician played his music through the rags. So rag is the very important art of music. Here, the Rag Kafi comes from his heart and he pleaded audience from the Red Fort, where a famous personality, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, also present, who later gave his famous speech, Terrorist with Destiny. In 8th stanza, Bismillah Khan has given many memorable performances both in India and abroad. His first trip abroad was to Afghanistan, where King Zahir Shah was so taken in by the maestro that he gifted him priceless Persian carpet and other souvenirs. Bismillah Khan performs both in India and abroad. His first abroad visit to Afghanistan, in that time, King Zahir Khan was ascended on the throne of Afghanistan. He gifted him priceless Persian carpets and other things given in memory of a place. The king of Afghanistan was not the only one to be fascinated with Bismillah's music. He was not only who fascinated Bismillah's music, but the film director Vijay Bhatt was also impressed after hearing his music, and he named a film after the instrument Sahnai called Goonj Uthi Sahnai. And Goonj Uthi Sahnai was the first film that is directed by Vikram Seth. Film was a hit and one of Bismillah Khan composition दिल का खिलौना हाय टूट गया. This film song is also became a very famous song in that time, and the song or the film turned out to be a nationwide crust booster, record breaker. Despite this huge success in the celluloid world, in the film world, he got a huge success, and there are so many offers also presented by the directors to Bismillah Khan. But Bismillah Khan rejected all the offers. Bismillah Khan's ventures in film music were limited to two: Vijay Bhatt's Goonj Uthi Sahnai and Vikram Srinivas' Kannada venture Sanadhi Apanna. I just cannot come to terms with the artificiality and glamour of the film world, he says with emphasis. Bismillah Khan rejected celluloid world. Bismillah Khan rejected the glamour world. He rejected the artificial world. Music is not an artificial things, but music is a very natural thing. And Bismillah Khan enunciated so many rags, and he got his famous rags from nature that made him different to the others. He practiced and he sat near the bank of Ganga, and there he practiced. He tried to understand the music of water. He tried to understand the music of wind. He also very close to the nature. Where the celluloid world or the glamour offered him, but Bismillah Khan rejected all the glamour world or celluloid world. He rejected the artificiality and glamour of the film world. He says with emphasis, वह बहुत जोर देकर उन्होंने वे कहते हैं, award and recognition came thick and fast. Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to be invited to perform at the prestigious Lincoln Center Hall in United States of America. There are so many awards and recognition he got in his life. He also performed at the prestigious Lincoln Center Hall in United States of America. He also took part to the World Exposition in Montreal, in the Cannes Art Festival, and in the Osaka Trade Fair. So well known did he became internationally, and an auditorium in Tehran was named after his Tahar Mosque Ustad Bismillah Khan. So in this way, Bismillah Khan got so many awards, so many recognition, and he became famous. His popularity is not limited, but his popularity is worldwide. He rejected glamorous word. He rejected artificial word. He also rejected celluloid word. And he became internationally famous for his and an auditorium in Tehran was named after him, Tahar Mosque Ustad Bismillah Khan. This is a very famous achievement of Bismillah Khan. So Bismillah Khan became a very famous Sahnai player. In this way, Bismillah Khan became a famous Sahnai player in the world. And the instrument Sahnai also became famous in the world. Today I stop my lecture. In next class, I continue paragraph 10. Thanks.